Let's get into the Caitlyn Jenner news. Former Olympic gold medalist and reality TV star Caitlyn Jenner eyes California governorship. Let's see what Caitlyn Jenner's campaign ad looks like.
Oh, hey, 1 year. I chat love you.
I've always been a dreamer.
California was once the envy of the world. We had what everyone else wanted. The American dream grew up here. Yet career politicians and their policies have destroyed that dream. It's been locked away.
Republicans
Closed.
are actually Troy Bolton
Shuttered.
from High School Musical.
Left in the dark.
They just want to sing and dance.
Burned down. The government is now involved.
Someone needs to ask Caitlyn Jenner, like, how literally all of those things happen and have her describe why those things happen, whether it be like the pandemic and like the horrific fucking early response to the pandemic, which Republicans routinely deny, which her voter base still to this day routinely denies, or the homelessness crisis that she briefly touches on, which is a gigantic problem in the state of California, which, you know, also caused by skyrocketing property prices and a lack of affordable housing for Californians. That's another incredible question to ask her. And then my favorite part, of course, is the forest fires. I can't believe Gavin Newsom did the forest fire.
Involved in every part of our lives. They've taken our money, our jobs, and our freedom. California needs a disruptor, a compassionate disruptor. I came here with a dream 48 years ago to be the greatest athlete in the world. Now I enter a different kind of race, arguably my most important one yet, to save California. I want to carry the torch for the parents who had to balance work and their child's education.
No Republican or Christian conservative will ever vote for a trans person? No. Some will. The Orange County Republicans love this shit. They look woke in the circles where they can be around libs. You know what I mean? And they get to vote for a Republican.
For business owners who were forced to shut down. For pastors who were not able to be with their congregation. For the family who lost their home in a fire. For an entire generation of students who lost a year of education.
Okay.
This past year has redefined our career politicians as elitists and the people of California as...
Yeah. When I think of like removing elitism from American politics, which is true, by the way, especially California politics is super fucking corrupt. The Democrats here are dog shit. It's only matched by like New York politics. It's now considered like a Democratic bastion. So like the machine politics here, like Democratic Party machine here is just constantly churning out annoying neoliberals when the state is supposedly deep blue. But while there is truth to what she's saying, once again, her solution is what? To fucking vote for Caitlyn Jenner? Nothing says I am not an elitist like being able to get away with murder from the wealthiest like reality television family. That's awesome.
The warriors, the kings, and the angels. We never take kindly to glass ceilings here. Instead, we shatter them.
Oh God, ugh, God. She's so nasty, dude. I can't actually, you know what? She's not even nasty because like she's too fucking stupid. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think she's like actually doing this. She didn't craft this message. Some fucking demon Republican operatives did. You know what I mean? Like, this is so... The girl boss narrative is so fucking whack. Oh, we're breaking the glass ceiling. Like, yeah, I'm sure liberals are going to be like, oh my God, now I'm going to vote for Caitlyn fucking Jenner.
We're the trailblazers, the innovators. California is facing big hurdles. Now, we need leaders who are unafraid to leap to new heights.
He does not want to finish second in this race. He wants the world record.
Wait, does this mean, is Caitlyn Jenner a TERF, dude? Is she a trans exclusionary radical feminist, dude? I, as a trans woman, am breaking the glass ceiling, but not as a trans person, but as a woman. Also, fuck trans people. I didn't expect to get asked this on my Saturday morning coffee run, but I'm clear about where I stand. It's an issue of fairness, and we need to protect girls' sports in our schools, dude. Wait, what? Caitlyn Jenner to compete in a women's golf tournament, but also Caitlyn Jenner, if you're a biological boy, you shouldn't be in girls' sports? Oh my God. Wow. Listen, guys, true intersectionality means incorporating the diversity of ideas, such as being a transphobic trans person who literally, personally does not subscribe to the values that she is espousing to win elections. God damn, dude, that is a glass ceiling that hasn't been broken, boys. That's true. Let's hear from her specifically.
Hi, Caitlyn. So there's legislation in various states to ban biological boys who are trans from playing girls' sports in school. What's your opinion on that?
Index.
Oh, doggy.
This is a question of fairness. That's why I oppose biological boys who are trans competing in girls' sports in school.
Yikes, dude. This is some wild shit, considering that I didn't even know that she participated in a women's golf tournament, but like that is ironic, straight up.
It just isn't fair. And we have to protect girls' sports in our school.
But if someone transitions and now identifies as a girl, isn't it delegitimizing their identity to prevent
Have a good day.
Damn. Okay. TMZ with the quickness, though. That's kind of wild because, like, you hear him say biological boy and you're like, ugh, that's not right. But then he's like, well, okay, well, aren't you literally delegitimizing trans existence? Like, I didn't know that he was going to fucking flip the script so quickly to just, like, literally be more pro-trans than fucking Caitlyn Jenner. Fuck that. She didn't climb up any kind of ladder. She was born on home plate. You think she scored a home run? So the thing is, like, I don't fucking know. I'm not that old, so I don't know what the fuck her deal was in the past and, like, all of the accomplishments, right? Like, I think she's, like, a very celebrated, wildly celebrated athlete with a lot of medals or some shit. I don't know. I don't really care. Okay. So with respect to that, like, she fucking crushed it, I assume. But the only reason why she's getting play right now is because she's surrounded by, like, some of the biggest media demons on the planet who are so good, who are so incredible at, like, manipulating the media and constantly having eyeballs on themselves. And she's currently trying to use that as a way to launch her political platform, which is probably for very selfish reasons. Kind of wild to me when you, as a celebrated trans person who in some respects was like absolutely fucking insanely hyped by our bullshit fucking media apparatus for just coming out as trans, like how brave. And there was bravery there. She was one of the first like super high profile people, but like she's a dog shit person in general. And like the media literally were just like, oh my God, she's incredible. Like what an incredible person. Like on the cover of every fucking magazine at the time, straight out of a murder case, by the way, like literally fresh off the heels of a manslaughter case, and everyone was like, she's so great, she's so fucking incredible. For her to turn around and just basically be like, yeah, I'm a Republican, by the way, and also fuck trans people. Like, it's wild. When did she say fuck trans people? Do you not recognize what she's saying? She's literally just like, yeah, biological boys should not fucking compete if they're trans in women's or girls sports. Like that is the long and convoluted way to say fuck young trans girls, okay? I mean, she's right about sports. Trans women should not compete against these women because they have a major biological advantage. No, there's a lot of faulty science at play there. A lot of Joe Rogan takes in here. It's very hard to fucking address these things. Even if it was true, by the way, the impact is so incredibly marginal. And it's so insignificant that like this being a major part of like Republican political discourse is psychotic. So I don't even know if she's like dating a woman now, but she has said in the past some shit about like gay marriage. Yeah, she flip-flopped, I guess, on gay marriage. Caitlyn Jenner's gay marriage flip-flop and why it matters. Oh my God, this is written in the most 2015 way possible, by the way. Oh my God, why that matters. Why should we care that a woman who makes her living raising Kardashians on reality TV as opposed to, say, a working class county clerk is publicly evolved? I'm a traditionalist. I'm older than most people in the audience, you know? I kind of like tradition. And, you know, it's always been a man and a woman. She's like, yeah, whatever, you homos. You can, if it's really important to you, I could go with it. I'll allow allow it. Fuck it, dude. Insane. I don't know where we go from here. This is fucking cool, to be honest. Like, we've gotten to a point where new beginnings are unlocking. There is so much opportunity here. Back in the day, you just had like, you know, black people that worked for white supremacists and played a role in upholding white supremacist values and stuff like that. Same for every different marginalized group. But now we have like a homophobic, transphobic trans person who's a Republican. It's wild. I don't even, you just gotta like sit down and like take it in for a second. I'm a homophobic, transphobic, trans lesbian woman. I don't know. I don't know where we go. That is a glass ceiling, I think. Love that. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get to the fucking actual juice here. Caitlyn Jenner did an exclusive with Sean Hannity last night, because nothing says you want to win the Californians vote by going on Sean Hannity. There are a lot of Republicans in the state, but I don't know. I don't know if it's going to work.
My father, when he was 19, in fact, welcome to my hangar. This is actually my hangar. I have pictures on the wall of my father over there when he was 19.
Wait, what? Bro, nothing says, dude, nothing says I'm a layman, like I'm an average Joe, like filming from your fucking hangar. Oh my gosh, he's so down to earth, dude.
But I'm really fighting against the hypocrisy that's going on at that. He's been bad on every issue. He's bad on taxes. Obviously, the most taxed state in the nation. He's been horrible for business. Obviously, companies are leaving left and right. 18,000 companies have left California. My friends are leaving California. Actually,
so this is the best part of the interview, and we actually talked about this on the Love It or Leave It podcast as well earlier, that I shot earlier today. Love this part. It's
my
coming.
hangar, the guy across right over from me, he was packing up his hangar. I said, where are you going?
I'm going to run that again. I need you guys to understand. She is currently presenting a story as she's running for governor of California. She said that people are moving out of California, packing up and leaving.
California. Actually, we're at my hangar. The guy across right over from me, he was packing up his hangar. I said, where are you going? And he says, I'm moving to Sedona, Arizona. I can't take it here anymore. I can't walk down the streets and see the homeless.
I'm leaving the state of California as a rich person with a fucking plane hangar because my eyeballs penetrated the space in which a homeless person exists. Bro, I cannot, like, this is like, I can't think of a more out of touch way to go about this than exactly the way that Caitlyn Jenner is going about it. Which, by the way, Republicans do this all the time. Ben Shabibo has said literally the exact same things. Jenner on Joe Rogan went, oh, absolutely, she will go on Joe Rogan. 100%.
I don't want to leave. Okay, either I stay and fight, or I get out of here.
Let's describe. You can answer the specifics.
No follow-up to that. Oh, you homie with a hanger across the hangar from this one is leaving for Arizona because he saw homeless people. Let's talk about that.
Are you a Republican? Are you a Democrat? Are you independent? And I really want you to define this term, a compassionate disruptor. What is a compassionate disruptor?
I've kind of played around with that term. And originally I started out as a compassionate disruptor. And then I was thinking the other day, I think I'm more of a thoughtful disruptor. I have common sense. Okay, I see what's going on, and I see no common sense in politics and why they're doing it, besides only for political.
Bro, this literally reads like a buzzword generator. I'm here to do common sense. Okay, we need to put forward reasonable bipartisan solutions. Like, this is just like Republican Pete Buttigieg shit. Okay, I love also that in the same breath, this is after I love talking about how compassionate I am, not 30 seconds after I just said my rich friend is leaving California because he saw a homeless person. I love how compassionate I am, though.
I have always been on the Republican side just because I have conservative economic values. You know, the old saying, lower taxes, less regulations, you know, a more friendly business environment. And we don't have that in California. But socially, I've been much more progressive all my life. I get it. People do need help. You know, we need programs.
So how can you be a fiscal... Oh, God, she's doing the meme. Boys, she's doing the fucking meme. I'm a fiscal conservative, but socially I'm a liberal. And what that means is, you know, the problems themselves are bad, but the reasons why those problems exist to begin with, well, that's very good. You know, economic inequality is at the heart of all of the issues that revolve around, like, fucking social problems, okay? A lack of social safety nets. which she's talking about and advocating for currently. How do we get to, you know, pay for those social safety nets? By taxes. But nope, sorry, I'm fiscally responsible and fiscally a Republican, so not happening.
Now let's get to specifics.
Uh-oh.
No, uh-oh.
Let's go. Hit me.
Okay, California is a sanctuary state.
That's good. It's good to start off. Let's talk policy with a uh-oh.
Yes.
You have sanctuary cities. Would you eliminate sanctuary status for the state of California?
I would keep it a sanctuary state for small businesses.
Meaning?
You know, meaning
that?
I want small businesses to come into this state. You know, I want people to create.
Wait, does she not know what a sanctuary city is? Oh no. I mean, it's an excellent dodge. If she like actually doesn't know what that is, that's like kind of a good dodge. Like, think about it.
Wealthier. I want them to employ people. Yeah, but as far as immigration, no, I am not on that. We need to spend some money to have a fair and equitable immigration system in this state.
Gavin Newsom, for the record, he's given $500 checks to illegal immigrants.
Yes.
Guaranteeing health care for illegal immigrants.
Right.
He's guaranteeing education for illegal immigrants. It's a big issue. What would you do different? For example, if you could, would you continue building the border wall?
Thanks for all
I
you
am
do, transgender
all for the
pride
wall.
hassle.
I would secure the wall. We can't have a state. We can't have a country without a secure wall.
What's she mean? What the fuck? What are you going to build a wall around California? Like, hold up. As the next governor of California, I am going to build a wall around California, okay? We can't have a state without a wall, she says. No country without a wall and no state without a wall. Just a free-for-all.
You have two questions here. One is stopping people from coming in illegally into the state. And then the second question is, what do we do with the people that are here? We are a compassionate country, okay? We are a compassionate state. Some help. I mean, some people we're going to send back, okay? No question about that. But I have met some of the greatest immigrants into our country. I had a guy the other day.
Nope. Too pro-immigrant. Already. It's just like, she has to save this by saying, but they came in legally. Otherwise, like, if you even remotely mention immigrants in an empathetic manner, you will lose every Republican vote, okay? If you say, like, well, there's some undocumented immigrants in this country that just, like, want a better future for themselves, and we need to be, like, you know, we need to treat them with compassion. We're the wealthiest nation on earth. That's our responsibility. These people are making the country better. Like, the moment that you actually mention it in a compassionate capacity, you're done. You're fucking absolutely done.
I've known him for
Pretend you look
17
at your
years.
poops before you flush.
And I said, you know what? Come over here. I want to learn something. You know, what is your status? And he said, I've been in this country 17 years. This is a gentleman. I mean, this is the greatest guy. I want him to be a U.S. citizen. Okay, he's an asset to this state and to
she gave the game away. Not a documented
this
citizen.
country. But he's been trying for 17 years to get citizenship. He says, I'm hoping.
Did he come in illegally, or did he stay over
I think it was on a visa.
on a visa?
Yeah, and stay.
Uh-oh.
But he's been there, but has lost 2 jobs because he didn't have legal status. He finally got this other job where I met him. And he is the nicest, greatest guy. He would make, I would do everything for him.
Bro, you literally can't say undocumented immigrants are humans, okay? You will lose the Republican vote, especially on fucking Fox News, dude. There's a couple things you can't admit if you're running for office as a Republican. That, like, undocumented immigrants are humans. You can't do that. That homeless people are humans. You can't do that either, which, you know, she didn't do that because she's too rich for that. But you also can't admit that felons are humans. Like, these are 3 groups of people that you always have to dehumanize. That is at the heart of reactionary white nativist immigration policies. Like, otherwise the entire system falls apart. It'll fall apart when you start allowing people to recognize undocumented immigrants as human beings with, like, lives and families. Then it's going to be a little bit harder to justify doing such merciless, such brutal things to them. Yeah, the only thing that are full-blown humans are unborn fetuses. Exactly.
Let me ask the question.
It's such a ridiculous
Would you allow the state to work with ICE and enforce the laws? In other words, people get out of jail. They are supposed to be deported. would you eliminate all of the sanctuary status that currently?
I love Sean Hannity walking through the individual steps of what a sanctuary city does, because it feels like she doesn't fully comprehend what a sanctuary city does. So now he's like, okay, so would you allow collaboration amongst ICE and local authorities? Like, he's like literally just like trying to feed her the answer.
Exist in this state.
I would do my absolute best to do that. It's not going to be easy, but I
Stay
would
right
do
there.
my absolute best. I am.
So you're not in support of a sanctuary city, is what you're saying, right,
Distracting me from
Caitlyn?
studying for
Because
a year.
that's what a sanctuary city does. That's like the main reason. The designation of a sanctuary city implies that there's no collaboration between local authorities and ICE, so that undocumented communities can still feel free to take advantage and use the police force there. So that, they can report crimes in their neighborhoods and stuff like that. Because once that collaboration starts occurring, then you shut off that entire community from ever calling the cops and crime runs rampant. This is not my take. This is the take of like actual fucking authorities. That's the reasoning for why sanctuary cities exist.
On the issue of girls, transgender, sports, created a controversy. That was interesting to me, and your comments to Joy Behar. We got bigger problems
Yes.
than pronouns in the state of California. Joy Behar and I agree on nothing, but I thought that was very gracious of you, and I agreed with you. I don't think she did it on purpose.
No, most people, honestly, my mother at times misgender me. Joy that says, I mentioned a second ago, my mom sometimes, when she gets upset, I don't have a problem with that. The community has a bigger problem with that than I do. I stick with my statements that I made. I think we have to make sure that the integrity of girls' sports is there. I think that's extremely important. But there's more to it than just what I said, because I just said biological boys in sports. There's more to it than that. And I think in the future, I will explain more of that. But for me, as a trans woman, I think role models are extremely important for young people. Trans issues people struggle with big time. Our suicide rate is 9 times higher than the general public. And for me to be a role model for them, to be out there.
I just want to point out this really quickly. Caitlyn Jenner doesn't want trans girls competing girls sports, but played in a women's golf tournament. I just got to point that out one more time. It's obvious that she wants to elaborate further on, saying, using the words biological boys and stuff like that. So I think she's trying to, the human part of her, the non-demon, the human part of her, because there is a human part inside of her, is I can't be that transphobic. She's literally trying to, you can see that she's trying to rein it in. There's a real part of that where she's I'll give more consideration to this, but she's also running for office as a Republican. She is grifting, absolutely.
I want to get into.
Honestly, to me, Sean, my issues. I'm standing on my back porch a couple of years ago. I'm watching 200-foot flames coming up the hill at me. Why? 17
climate change. And also on top of that, horrible lack of regulation on the energy production or utilities in the state of California, or a gender reveal party. I mean, there's it depends. I don't know which fire she's talking about. There are so many that happen in wildfire season in California, and there are a multitude of reasons. A lot of it is accelerated by more dry brush, or extended as a consequence of having more dry brush, and that happening as a consequence of climate change. But
few hours later, it traveled 17 miles. I had to eventually evacuate my house. It was so intense. We had not had it burn there in 35.
Thank God Kanye was there with the private firefighting, fire insurance people, so we could create a perimeter around our neighborhood where they ended up defending the wealthy neighborhood that we are in. That's true, by the way. Kanye West literally did that.
5 years. It was so intense.
I got a wisdom tooth pulled today.
We need
and
to
this
upgrade our
interview is
grid,
more painful
our
to
electrical
watch.
system. I think that's a position where we work with the electrical companies.
Yo, this is not a meme. If Caitlyn Jenner ran as a fucking Democrat, I feel like she would have a better shot. I'm not even kidding. Because a lot of the stuff that she's talking about here, like fixing our infrastructure, like as far as like policies or as far as like actual issues in California, like she's right. And if she also ran as a Democrat, she wouldn't have this like idiotic approach to ICE and shit too.
We now went through this worldwide pandemic. Very huge differences between, say, red states, Florida, California. What would you have
There's no way he uses that as a positive, right? Like,
done differently if you were the governor with COVID-19?
First of all, Gavin Newsom on this issue has been absolutely horrible, okay? He's used it as a political tool in this state to shut it down, to control people.
yeah, dude. Everybody loves shutting down businesses, dude. Like this argument is so great, especially for like the how pro-business Democrats are in general, how they're like light Republicans when it comes to this sort of thing. I love the argument where it's like, yeah, they shut down the businesses on purpose because they just wanted to shut down the fucking businesses. It's so dumb. I can't even. All right.
If you had to pick governors in the country, because like New York, Newsom, Whitmer, Murphy, Wolf, they all have the executive orders for nursing homes, which people don't seem to talk about.
Right.
Are there two or three governors that you look at in the country that you think are doing a great job that you, if you become governor, would like to be?
Texas
Oh, God.
doing a great job. I honestly would have quartered.
Texas is doing a great job, dude. With what? Fucking not even being able to maintain power during a fucking ice storm? Like, how is Texas ever an example as a positive? That's how you know this is partisan political posturing. When you bring up Ted Cruz, you're like, yeah, okay, you've lost the fucking argument. Nothing is good right now in Texas.
We have other issues. For example, Gavin Newsom talks about taxing water. I did a show from San Joaquin Valley. Oh, I'm just doing my research. And,
I know.
The Delta smelt prevented farmers from being able to farm. It's not a small deal. This is farms now.
I've heard about the Delta smelt, yes.
What would you do on that case?
Water's a big issue in this state.
It is.
Okay? It's a big issue in this state. To be honest with you, I mean, every year I follow, just as a resident, I follow what the waterfall is. I used to have a home in Tahoe. How much snowfall do we have there? Because that's where the bulk of our water comes from. And every year I see this guy go out and he's on the news and he has this big long pole and he takes it out of this field and he sticks it down to see how much snow we have.
I find it really weird that like all of her reasons for why she's running are so personal in the way that like it kind of like I guess it makes her a little human, right? It humanizes her, but at the same time sometimes it'll just literally be like, my friend who owns his own private jet hangar is leaving for Arizona because he saw a homeless person. You know what I mean? It's like sincere, but because she's so fucking out of touch that like, well, I have this take on immigrants being humans because I know an undocumented immigrant who is really nice. This is one big my friend's boat. We decided to go on my friend's boat at the end of the day. Take over and over again. Were you talking about this? LMAO? Our gender is trooper. Our color is gray. Our gender is trooper. What? Oh my God, they literally did that. You are kind of transphobic, dude. Yes, you're right. I'm being transphobic because of my take on